Hi. In our series of learning how to build apps in 2022 without coding knowledge, the next step that we're going to be looking at is UI, user interface. Okay. So, I myself, I'm not a graphic designer, and I don't think everybody needs to be a graphic designer or a web designer, but there are a few key principles to keep in mind. And once you get those right, you get to a sufficient level of polish. Okay. You don't need to be a graphic designer, but you need to know a few basics. I personally, if everything was black and white and terminal looking and matrix like, I'd be like, yeah, fine. I just like, I want to read my email, it's text and it's fine. But generally speaking, uh, people would like things to be aesthetically pleasing overall. Okay. What are the three main components? Don't need to become a UI designer, but know the basics. Colors, know your blue from your bright pink, from your bright yellow. Just having a color palette, sizing and spacing, and alignment. Okay. No need to complicate it overall. What do I mean by all these three? So this color, blue color, it's linked with this. If I place another button which is yellow next to it, and then I place another button which I was in a different mood one day, so I thought, you know what, green would work. It just becomes all over the place. Generally speaking, people pick a particular palette from anywhere. If you're stuck, just go to coolers.co, pick a palette, pick a popular palette. It's pretty nice. Explore trending palettes, and you can just pick something and kind of just stick to those. I like cheating. I'll use Tailwind UI or Untitled UI. These are large Figma kits, and by cheating, I mean I will basically just use a large reference. So I'll use their colors. I'll use there's a huge number of palettes, huge number of font layouts, and I'll just kind of cheat my way. So if I wanted to make a particular section in the app, if it just helps to have like a grandfather UI design system that you can kind of cheat from. When it comes, especially when it comes to colors. Okay, so if I wanted to make a particular section that looked like this, I'll just use this kind of, okay, this one's this color, this one's this color, this one's this color, color, X, Y, Z. So, what next? Sizing and spacing. Okay, sizing and spacing, very important. So, if this button is this width and this button is this width and they're placed like this, they look ugly. Okay, essentially, what you need to do is make sure they align. Just aligning them is nice. The next thing is that if we can use them to, if they are all the same size, they'll look better. Okay. Overall, they'll look better if they're all the same size. So distribute, no, I meant to do this one. So if they're aligned and if they're spaced, so spacing is this 58, 59. So ideally, I personally like to use a 5 pixel system. So 250, 45, 250, 45, move this 20 pixel, 250, 45, move this. No, 19 pixel is going to be off. So just move it a bit, 20 pixel. So once they're sized the same, they're not sized the same actually. This is, I think, 5 pixel off. See, you can tell once you have a system and you're trying to align things, you can just tell this alignment's off, this sizing is off, this spacing is off. Once the alignment, sizing, spacing is nicely done, that's it. You don't need to be a UI designer. Just this basic component, this basic principle will help you go a long way. Alignment, we just spoke about sizing and alignment as well. All right. So in the roadmap resource, we have a detailed UI section where we talk about this, and then we have all these generic resources. There are some generic UI resources which I kind of recommend spend an hour on them, and you'll be better in UI. Then Buildcamp is definitely one of the best bubble specific UI resources that you should know about. And then there are pre-built Chrome extensions which will let you plug and play entire blocks of UI. So I need a sign up login. I'll just copy paste from Frames lookup or Atomic Fusion, whichever. There's multiple. So you can just kind of, you'll get a sidebar with all these different blocks, and you can cobble together the UI component easily. Saves you loads of time. Okay. But even though you can use those, which is fine, you still need to know a few basic UI principles, I think. All right. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.